For decades, romance novels were dominated by a very specific kind of love story. But in recent years, the genre has undergone a massive transformation, becoming more inclusive and representative of the world we live in. So grab your favorite cup of tea and let's talk about how romance novels are finally embracing diversity and why it matters. Hi, my name is Moana, and this is my reading buddy Spike. And I am a reading and writing lover who disliked English class as both a student and a teacher, and I'm now documenting my journey of rediscovering my love for words. Last time, we explored the origins of romance novels and how they evolved over the centuries. Today, we're talking about something that's close to my heart: the diversity revolution in romance. So let's start with a little history. For a long time, romance novels were pretty homogenous. Most stories featured white, heterosexual, able-bodied characters, and the authors writing these stories were often from similar backgrounds. This wasn't necessarily because readers didn't want diverse stories, but it was more about who had access to the publishing industry. Authors of color, LGBTQ authors, and authors with disabilities faced significant barriers to getting their stories out there. And even when they did, their books were often marketed as niche rather than mainstream. But as society began to change, so did the romance genre. Readers started demanding stories that reflected their own experiences, and the industry had to listen. One of the most exciting developments in romance has been the rise of diverse authors and characters. Let's start with Black romance. Authors like Beverly Jenkins have been trailblazers in the genre for decades. Jenkins' historical romances, like Indigo, center Black love stories in ways that were groundbreaking at the time and still are today. Fast forward to the present, and we have authors like Talia Hibbert, whose Brown Sisters series has taken the romance world by storm. Her characters are funny, flawed, and deeply relatable, and they're unapologetically Black. Then there's LGBTQ representation. Authors like Casey McQuiston with Red, White, and Royal Blue, and Alexis Hall with Boyfriend Material have brought queer love stories into the mainstream. So these books aren't just about coming out or overcoming prejudice. They're about joy, connection, and finding your person. And let's not forget disability representation. Helen Hoang's The Kiss Quotient features a neurodivergent heroine, while authors like Rebecca Weatherspoon and Chloe Leese write characters with physical disabilities. These stories show that love isn't one size fits all. It's for everyone. Of course, this shift toward diversity wouldn't have happened without the support of the publishing industry. In recent years, we've seen imprints like Avon's Diverse Voices and Berkeley's focus on inclusivity take center stage. These imprints are actively seeking out and amplifying underrepresented voices, ensuring that diverse stories get the attention they deserve. And let's not forget independent publishers. Carina Press and Bold Strokes Books have been champions of LGBTQ and diverse romance long before it became trendy. Their commitment to inclusivity has paved the way for bigger publishers to follow suit. But let's be real, none of this would have happened without readers. Romance readers are some of the most passionate and vocal book lovers out there, and they've made it clear that they want diverse stories. Campaigns like #WeNeedDiverseRomance and #OwnVoices have pushed the industry to do better. Online communities, book clubs, and yes, even booktubers have played a huge role in promoting diverse romance novels. And the best part, these books aren't just being read, they're being celebrated. Readers are sharing their favorite diverse romances on social media, recommending them to friends, and showing publishers that there's a huge market for these stories. Now, I don't want to paint an overly rosy picture. The romance genre still has a long way to go when it comes to diversity. Tokenism and superficial representation are still issues, and many authors from marginalized communities face barriers to entry in traditional publishing. There's also the need for more intersectionality in romance. We need stories that reflect the full spectrum of human experience, whether that's race, sexuality, disability, or something else. But the good news is that the romance community is aware of these challenges, and we're working to address them. Every time we buy, read, and recommend diverse romance novels, we're pushing the genre in the right direction. So, where do we go from here? I think the future of romance is bright and more diverse than ever. We're going to see more stories from marginalized voices, more intersectional narratives, and more love stories that reflect the beautiful complexity of our world. I also hope we'll see more global romance stories, love that transcends borders and cultures. After all, love is universal, and there are so many stories yet to be told. To wrap things up, the diversity revolution in romance is one of the most exciting things happening in the book world right now. It's about more than just representation. It's about validation. It's about saying your story matters and your love matters. So now I would like to hear from you. I'm always on the lookout for my next read, so if you know of any great diverse romance novels, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me for this video, and if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to see more of my bookish content. Until next time, happy reading and see you soon. Bye!